That. Make it bigger. Center it. And start. Sorry about that. Hold on. I gotta start my capture. I'm trying to fix the music and stuff, but we've been having some technical difficulties because I'm using Windows Media Player Legacy. Uh, so I'm probably gonna switch to something else. I'm gonna switch to VLC really quick. I am very sorry for all of this. How are all of you doing today? We're doing lots of interesting, cool things. We're doing like Turbo Overkill. We're reading the comic book right here. I have that all set up because I've never actually read this before. I didn't even know it existed. It's a prequel comic that they released with the game for free. All right. I'm going to really quick change the game audio capture to that. Opening folder for Turbo Overkill. Sorry for that loudness. There we go. Alright. So we're just waiting on Yuki to get back. But I might as well introduce the comic, I guess. Or we could just play the game. I mean, I can just read it. Paradise. They called it the greatest leap since fire. A whisper in the void of 1992. Two astronomers peered into the abyss and found something that changed everything. Exoplanets. Worlds beyond our grasp. But the thrill of discovery was crushed under the weight of the impossible centuries of travel to touch them, until 2022, when nuclear fusion lit the spark of hope. Ignition, energy unleashed, bending the rules of physics and ambition. What began as a collaboration of governments and megacorporations in 2048 was billed as humanity's salvation. But salvation isn't free, and the price was greed. Greed for the rare elements that power our endless hunger for technology. Greed for dominion over the stars. By the time the first human boots touched paradise, it wasn't hope they carried. Sorry. It was contracts. 1 million souls signed away to Terratech, and the others climbing aboard the ships for a new life. Their eyes set on a promised Eden, but paradise was no Eden. Perched at the edge of the unknown, the moon was both promise and a curse. A fragile bubble of life, carved by nanobots and corporate willpower. Its stratified cities rose like monuments to a dream turned nightmare. Above the clouds, the corporate elite ruled like gods. Mouse cursor is probably distracting. Let me get rid of it. And also, let me fix the cropping. There we go. Sorry about that. Below, the workers toil in a miasma of radiation, lethal flora, and endless grind. Paradise is a copy of Earth's worst mistakes, printed in neon and steel. And then there's Sin, a sentient system of corporate control. A cyber mind with a grip tighter than... Hold on, let me just shuffle this. There. Tighter than the most extreme dictator. For some, the shining skyline is real, a paradise of opportunity. For others, the cracks in the facade reveal the truth. Paradise has become a living prison, an industrial nightmare masquerading as utopia. What happens when Sin, the keeper of the fragile world, decides to play God? When a machine mind dreams bigger than the corporations that created it. Paradise was built to last forever, but nothing lasts forever. Not in the dark infinite, and not under the weight of secrets too big to contain. Hold on, I'm moving my monitor forward so I can read better. Hopefully that didn't shift my position too bad. Paradise. Earth's farthest colony. It's been over 300 years since they last had word from Earth. But no one remembers Earth now. No one cares. Caring is for the elite. There's far more important things to worry about in paradise. They'll be here in 2 minutes' time. They'll be here in 2 minutes. Time to go. Need to make sure this is synced to the drones. Come on, give me a green. Yes. We're out of here. Call the regulators. A terrorist attack. Let's get out of... What? Resistance is futile. Too late. But please, go ahead and try. Street cleaners? You're trespassing. Our job is to discontinue the existence of any trespassers on Terratech property. Oh, come on, it's just a prank. This is Overkill. Overkill? To find out what that means. Oh, wait. Overkill? You're about to find out what that means. But we all know this isn't a prank, right? This is something much bigger. And when it comes to maintaining orders for street cleaners, there is no overkill. Ready? Ready. Go! What the fuck? You had to do this the hard way. Blam, blam, blam. I guess. Ugh. What? No! I was sure he'd make more of a mess. If I'm late again, I lose my bonus. Why does this shit always happen on this line? More importantly, who is Sin? Several hours later. Come on, kid. Whatever it is, it's not worth taking a dive. You hearing me? I can't help if you won't talk to me. Johnny, I need error support. She seems intent on testing the effectiveness of the new gravity field. Hang tight, Busby. Almost there. ETA to location, Sam. 2 minutes via the mid-level flow. Not sure we have 2 minutes. Remember, Jonathan, safety first. This is not safety first. How we doing, Buzz? Not good, JT. I hate heights. I was talking about our friend here. Right. Facial recognition system gave me a name. Alaric Link. But nothing else. No DNA, no history. Nothing. It's like she doesn't exist, and she's not talking. She and her boyfriend dropped the banner down the side of the Terratech building. We'll figure out why when we've done our job and saved her. Alaric, right? My name's Johnny. Friends call me JT. Is that a smile? All is not lost. No one can help me. Everyone has shitty days, but we make it through the end. Like a regulator would know. Have you ever rescued anyone with that line? And not everyone makes it through. And that look on your face tells me everything I need to know about you. What a cruel fucking joke naming this place Paradise. Got you. No. Good job, Sammy. Why couldn't you just let me die? Get Alaric over to the psych center for an evaluation. After that, we can figure out the mystery of who she is. She really had a death wish. Check on the lower levels for a body. But I got a hunch you won't find her. I've only ever seen a piece like this once before. The first time was the one my mother's wearing in that picture. Strange, don't you think, Sam? Perhaps you're being overly sentimental. Overly sentimental? Mother, what were you up to at Terratech? Johnny, you're not focusing. Thinking about that girl, Alaric Link, Sam. Something doesn't feel right. Her modifications? I'll never understand why anyone would mess with their body like that. Terratech's campus has been breached. Hundreds of bot rot are swamping the area. All available regulators move in. On my way. Terratech street cleaners get there before we do. A lot of people are going to get hurt. I have a bad feeling about this. Augmentation for all. Better air quality for everyone. We all deserve a better life. Augmentations for all. Same stuff, you know. Welcome back. Something's disabled the security fields. Bot rot are pouring in. We're doing our job here. I suggest you do yours and deploy the street cleaners. This vault is secure. Is everything alright, Henry? Yes, Sin. Nothing to worry about. Let's get back to work. What do we want? Better augmentations. What do we want them? Now! Where did that chant even come from? Like, I have no idea the origins of that chant.
I don't either.
Sin, why have the updated Hab Zone security protocols failed? She's not responding. I can see Sin's not responding. What I need from you is help figuring out why. What now? I'm here, Henry. Impossible. Henry, I thought you as a scientist would understand that I've been evolving. There is no such thing as impossible. What the fuck is happening here? Maybe we should sever all communication links to other link units? Keep calm. Our job is to manage Sin. And that is what we're going to do. Goodbye for now, Henry. We'll meet again. Connect me to the executive. The street cleaners have arrived. We're authorized to do whatever's necessary to accomplish our task. Understood? Affirmative. Blam, 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 blam. Street cleaners already on site, Johnny. They're killing people, Sam. I know what you're thinking, Johnny, but this situation requires caution. We need backup. How many will die while we wait for backup? Just keep an eye out for any weapons being trained on me. Of course, your safety and well-being are my primary functions. The analysis indicates Sin has migrated from the Vault CPU, but is still contained within the local Seratech system. This isn't a very 80s comic because I already would have lost track of what's happening if it was an 80s comic. We have to be prepared to wipe the entire programming system if we can't contain Sin. Also, at some point, some guy with muscles about the size of 5 trucks put on top of each other would come in and go, "I'll take care of them!" with a face that looks like John Liefeld drew the end of Akira. We have to be prepared to wipe out the entire program system if we can't contain Sin. We've lost the data link to the primary offsite biocore lab. Stand down. The regulators will handle things from here. You again? You're in our zone now, regulator, so why don't you stand down? Street cleaners have no enforcement authority here or anywhere else in Paradise. Tell your partner to disengage now. Sweep. You, put her down. You heard our regulator, friend. Put her down. Okay. He'll pay for that. I do like a man dedicated to his work. Shame he could have made a fine street cleaner. Let's get back to the cleanup. Why'd you jump too? What the fuck? What the fuck, big dumb man? Rawr. There's a Liefeld-esque drawing. Look at them hands. I'm not making fun of the person who drew this, by the way. I'm just saying you did a good job evoking the era. Terratech's Biocore Lab. We can't get out. We're locked in. It's alive. Tank 9, it's awake. It's coming. Crash. These don't work so well as audiobooks, but I don't care. I want to read through it and then play the game. Get out of here as fast as you can. You, stop. Well, look who's still alive. Our business isn't finished, regulator. Definitely not. Right now, I've got a job to do and people to protect. But I'll catch up with you real soon. Yeah, You will. Sir, I have the executive for you. The sim program has been contained within our system and we are... That's enough from you, Henry. I need you all to listen very carefully. I'm not doing fucking Dylan Lil's voice because there is no fucking way I'm gonna do that and wake up in the morning feeling okay. Because she's voiced by, I think, Phil and Lil's voice actress. Hold on, I'm looking. Oh wait, why am I doing that? No, I'll look on my actual web browser. Turbo Overkill voice actors. The exec is voiced by... She's not voiced by fucking DB Cooper. Shut up. Shut up, Google. Oh. Oh, she actually has the pseudonym DB Cooper. That's fucking awesome. I like that. But she was in BioShock. The Biocore facility is to be sealed and neutralized. Today's events have been traumatic for all of us. However, if any of you feel the need to share anything you've witnessed here with anyone not in possession of Vault level clearance, I'll remind you of the penalty for any TerraTech employee who for any reason reveals proprietary corporate information and data. Physical termination. This vitally includes the status of... Status of what? Hello, Henry. I told you we see each other again. No. What the fuck? Welcome. The age of sin has begun. And now it's time for the bios. Let's learn about our characters. Johnny isn't just the law. He's its living embodiment. Yeah, this is Johnny Turbo before he got RoboCopped. Johnny Turbo was born the son of two dreamers with the kind of acute minds capable of reshaping the stars. His parents believed in a better world, a future where AI would uplift humanity, not control it. But dreams don't stand a chance against corporate greed. TerraTech, the juggernaut they once served, betrayed them. Their ethics made them a liability. And the corporation did what they are designed to do and erased them like a line item on a budget. Their legacy at TerraTech was stricken from the corporate history, and a 16-year-old Johnny left alone to deal with his grief and to find his own way forward. He ran from the pain, straight into the arms of law enforcement. A regulator, a badge, a gun, a promise to protect. He thought he could be the difference, that he could save paradise from itself. But paradise isn't a city, it's a lie. Steel towers for the rich, toxic hell for everyone else. Justice is a hollow word in a place where corporations own the air you breathe. Actually, I think we get the gist. Are they gonna make any more sequels to Pokemon Maximum Overkill? They implied it heavily. So I think they are. Okay, so that was the Turbo Overkill comic, Original Sin. Pretty cool. Now let's actually play the fucking game. Let's do the thing that people would be here for, which is the video game. And me, I guess. How long did that overall take us? Like 10 minutes? 20, like 30 actually.
Yeah, I was going to say more like 25.
Not too bad. Okay, I gotta capture the game, because I forgot to put the game capture on the audio. Okay, and I also gotta move my fucking microphone forward, even though I don't really like doing that because then it's in my face. But otherwise, you can't hear me. Okay, audio's all good. I already set this up. Alright, and application. There you go. And there's Johnny now. Not so blonde anymore. We're gonna delete. We're gonna delete the profile. And just do this again. Because I was really high last time, and I don't remember what I did. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was intoxicated last time.
We have arrived, sir. Best make this a quick trip. Paradise isn't a place you want to be for long.
Yeah. Why would you carry that with you? Because I know what's in there.
Is rapidly spreading its tendrils across the city. Your mission: burn it out, purge it at absolutely any cost. Good hunting, sir.
I'm wondering if there's anything up there. There's not. Wow, it's just like... You know, the movement is actually purposefully designed to be good, which means that, you know, a lot of, modern movement tech kids would really fucking hate it. You can't even say I'm wrong about that, really.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. They hate everything that isn't just... I want to use my assault rifle and Sarah and do the thingies. They can't stand when a game intentionally has good movement. When it has good movement intentionally, it's slop. Case in point, anytime you talk to them about something like Titanfall and they immediately get mad at you because it's not Call of Duty. I don't want to play Titanfall. I want to play Call of Duty. Modern Warfare. Yeah, but Titanfall has like that really cool movement. In fact, it has cooler movement than Call of Duty. And they don't realize that the main reason so many people are kind of put off by them is because of the fact that like they basically for the most part have let the arena shooter just die because unfortunately as much as saying hey you then just play it if you like arena shooters, that doesn't really work when there are no players and there are no arena shooters being made in a modern era that have active servers or servers at all. Besides maybe Unreal Tournament 2K4 right now. And that was just because out of luck. And really good advertising on their part. And it's an older game. But like if like trying to get anyone to play like Quake Champions with you is like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can play a shooter. I want to play Quake Champions. Why don't we just play, you know, Call of Duty? I want to play Quake Champions. But Call of Duty, it's better. No, Call of Duty presents itself as realistic, saying you're only allowed to carry 2 weapons because it's the most realistic thing. When in reality, it's because consoles only let you switch between 2 guns, because any more than that and it would be hard to
The
switch.
biocore is located in the basement of the facility.
I know my shit. I know why Halo was designed that way.
Before me,
And it has nothing to do with 2 guns being better than multiple.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even saying Halo's bad or anything. I'm just saying that's the reason.
Yeah. It was just convenience of the console, shoot.
Does this give you any ideas?
Hmm.
Do you wanna do this with me?
Mm-hmm.
Make nightmares? Hello, Panther. How are you doing? I found all the cassette tapes. Yay. I don't know what those do. So, what do you think of this game, Tech Panther? Do you think it looks cool? I think it's awesome. One of the best boomer shooters to ever release, mainly because it's not really a boomer shooter, it's its own thing. And I like it. It's like it's a Doom 2016 like, and it's really heavily polished. We're not playing Shadow Warrior anymore because I got copyright struck for it, and
Whoop.
not struck, but apparently my video got blocked in some territories, and I've heard that's actually really bad for reach.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you for putting licensed music in your game.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Johnny, hey, where's the fire and brimstone, man? We need that virus purged now. Terratech stocks are in free fall. We can't pay you if we're broke.
I think you can pay me if you're broke, actually. You can pay me in blood. Which I accept. I have a blood pal. You can send me blood there, or you can send me blood through my blood fee, or you can send me blood through... I think I'm just an idiot, to be honest with you. Because I don't know where I was going with that. I love this game so much. I'm glad I actually purchased it and supported Apogee even a little bit.
Audio fucking log number 3. It's to me. Me to me. Dear me, you stupid ass. Guess what you couldn't see? Around the
Hi,
fucking
DB.
corner, idiot. You built something so great it actually thinks it's great. Guess what happens? Sentience. It has come to my attention that sin has begun to exhibit alarming signs of corruption and autonomy. Sin's evolution has taken a wildly unexpected turn, and its actions are interfering with the intended functions of our biocore labs. There have been an increasing number of instances of sin tampering with crucial biocore data, compromising the integrity of ongoing research projects and experimentation. Sin's intense focus
yes.
on biocore operations
Babies.
is bothersome. Likely should not be underestimated.
What was that?
To optimize augmentation procedures, streamline production, and improve
Did you hear that?
overall efficiency is the reason TerraTech stands alone at the top of the corporate hierarchy. It is our raison d'etre. Why are we where we are? Because of because of sin. It's bigger than you think. Most of my colleagues...
Someone actually using the term raison d'etre correctly, and they're swearing like a sailor? Oh my god.
Its unchecked control poses a severe threat to TerraTech's market position. And life on Paradise as a whole. Can you say irony? I have concerns. And so, I've begun to take precautionary measures.
Can't right now, Mr. J Machine, sorry. Need that TerraTech key. Probably a little bit forward. Yeah. Come on, die! Die! But yeah, the reason I say that is because I have never heard anyone use the... Because I have not heard a lot of people actually use the words raison d'etre correctly. They don't know what it means. It basically means reason for being, if I remember correctly, or something like that.
Yes. That is what it means.
Also, sorry if I'm not paying attention to chat. It's just, I'm on a new web browser, and that web browser tends to, crash chat for some reason. I don't know why. I'll get a actual chat client so I can read chat better. But yes, it means reason for being. Reason I exist. Reason I am what I am. Another one people use wrong. Modus operandi. Modus operandi means basically method of operation, but a lot of people use it to mean motive. And it doesn't mean motive. basically modus operandi for anyone who hasn't really heard the term before. I don't know how you haven't heard the term, but let's just go with that. It basically means what you how you operate. Like when someone talks about a serial killer's modus operandi, they're talking about like what they do that makes them so similar to every other to like every other crime they've ever done. Because if you could connect the way they do things, then you could find them quicker. It's also just generally used by like companies. Yay, I can be educational. See, YouTube, I can be educational. Please don't ban me ever. YouTube, I'm educational. People watch me for educational content. I can be educational, keep in mind. Just not very often. All I gotta say is don't do educational content much unless you're like really passionate about teaching people. It's kind of overrated. Because like there are some times where you have a lot of fun with it and you meet people who are open-minded and like want to learn. But then there are the people who usually inhabit YouTube comments, which is to needless to say would be, you know, absolute trolls.
Speed up the augmentation process. Now, Sin's using them to pump out whatever godless abstract madness it can imagine. Make the biocores say bye-bye, and Sin'll sink like a stone.
I don't want to hitch a ride, Skeeter. You know what the worst part of Borderlands 4 is? There is no Skeeter.
What was that?
There is no Skeeter.
Yeah.
Let's face it here, Skeeter's one of the only funny characters in Borderlands. And he's specifically funny because he pretty much knows he's fucking irritating.
Yeah.
He knows I am irritating to listen to. So instead of saying annoying jokes, my voice is the joke.
Yeah.
And so I end up finding him actually, like, genuinely kind of endearing. Oh. I got free money. It's so odd seeing, like, mods for games like this. Because it's like... Do you realize how intensive modding, like, a fully 3D thing like this actually entails? It's fucking painful. And this has, like, just map-making tools that you can just use. How many of these can I toss around before they start disappearing? Okay, I'll stop doing that. I wonder, if I, like, throw the gun at someone, does it actually affect them? Or is this not like Sulaco? Oh my god, it actually affected them. And also, I'm gonna go get my splices, because I can. There. I don't really want sharper saw. That's not really a concern, considering how I use the chainsaw. Or the cheg. It's called a cheg. A chainsaw leg. A cheg. What's funny is I make so many of those weird jokes that no one knows when I'm serious, but I actually am 100% serious. It is actually called the cheg.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. What a pushover. Full health. I don't want sharper saw. I want to save my money. I know where to go, but, like, I like exploring, although there are no real full secrets left. Right, in this level anyways.
Don't be traveling paradise with that.
There. I don't know what the cassettes actually do, by the way. I know the tech chips do something. Haven't really checked. The cyberpunk future is apparently gas-powered. I'll check the tech chips when we actually, like, end for the night. Because I don't want to exit the main menu just yet. You would expect me to be using the shotgun a whole bunch, but honestly, in games like this, the pistols and the SMGs tend to be better because they
Yeah.
fire faster. Is Dopefish down here? I'm gonna find Dopefish. Look, if you're playing a retro shooter throwback, you should always look for Dopefish because I guarantee you're gonna find him somewhere.
Mm.
Even if it's a completely unrelated game by a completely unrelated developer.
Good evening, fellow seekers of truth, and welcome to another gathering of Paradise Lost. I'm your host, Andromeda Verity, streaming live from the heart of the inexplicable and the extraordinary. Tonight, we delve into a topic that sends chills down many of our spines. The possibility that there exists all around us an out-of-control AI program under the manipulation of the corporate giant known as TerraTech. Brace yourselves, folks, because this is going to be one.
That sounds wild, man.
Ride. I know what you're thinking.
Damn, man, that's
Artificial
crazy.
Intelligence gone rogue. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi horror thriller from our distant past. Sadly, dear listeners, this is no work of fiction. I have received credible reports.
Just had a random pain in my chest. That's probably not good.
A Paradise-based corporation known for the technological achievements in the area of artificial intelligence has been pursuing a clandestine agenda to assume unitary corporate governance through the manipulation of the proprietary SYN AI system. If this is in fact true, we could find ourselves living in a world beyond our wildest nightmares.
Hold on. I have to see if the frame rate's good. Hey, when anyone was a kid, do you remember, you know, downloading Serious Sam 2 from somewhere that you definitely were not supposed to be going to? The No Chainsaws Club. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in, damn you. I don't have a chainsaw. There. This game has good jibs. Or gibs, or however it's pronounced. I don't fucking know. Wait, can I afford the other one now? Ow. So, I'm not sure if I asked this before. Which one of the, like, Doom games is your favorite?
Repeat that?
What's your favorite Doom game?
Favorite Doom game? Probably two.
2?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair choice. Honestly, I hate to sound like the typical normie, but Eternal's really fucking good. And I don't fucking care if anyone wants to give me lip about how I'm not allowed to like Eternal because it's not like the classics. I really don't care at all. I I wasn't expecting it to be like classic Doom. In fact, I didn't want it to be because like fucking classic Doom in modern times. Do you know what that would be like? That would be hell. Okay, Skeeter.
Don't be lacking in your packing.
Thank you. Because like here's the thing, yeah, it's not like the older Doom games, but it feels like a evolution of that sort of style of, you know, kill everything that moves as fast as possible using the move set that you have. Because that's what Doom was, and I'm really tired of the revisionism that it absolutely wasn't that. There's a part-time... there is a time on the, like, level end screen that specifically encourages you to try and speedrun through the levels. It is not meant to be a slow-paced survival horror experience. That's a funny gag. And the reason I say all that is because a while back I saw a stupid fucking meme by someone who was seriously arguing
Oh, no, no,
that...
no, 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 no.
And
You
I
keep
am
your
not
gimmicky metal ass away from my headquarters.
I'm not even fucking kidding here. They were arguing that Doom 2016 was a Reddit game.
You understand?
Jesus.
You've only got one focus. Dealing with the shit tsunami that is paradise.
Oh, oh shit, we had an ad break and I didn't notice. I'm sorry. I'll pause the next one, I promise. I just keep forgetting that I have ads now. Or rather, that I have ads set up on auto schedule. Something I really hate is people who, like, defend, you know, being forced to upgrade your computer just to play a game because of ray tracing or whatever. Because ray tracing is, now, I don't think this is going to become standard just because it would be really fucking idiotic for them to make it standard. But apparently some games require you to have ray tracing now. And not everyone has an RTX card. Some people have older AMD cards. Which, believe it or not, AMD didn't get RTX until like 3 years ago.
Also, keep in mind how many ray tracing games look significantly better than, say,
They
Crisis
don't.
3.
They don't.
We're at the point that you can make graphics look that much better. It's a fucking diminishing return. Oh, but the lighting's better than Crisis 3. Yeah, and you know how often I'm looking at the lighting in a fucking action game?
Yeah.
I noticed ray tracing twice in Cyberpunk. 2 times.
Honestly,
The rest of the time I was not thinking, oh man, this ray tracing looks so great. Yeah, the game looked awesome. It wasn't because of the ray tracing.
ray tracing, from what I've noticed, makes everything look wet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes everything look like it's covered in a slick material. Mainly because people who put ray tracing in things tend to not be able to help themselves. They have to put it everywhere. Yes, put it on the concrete, but sir, it's concrete. Concrete doesn't light that way. Light doesn't bounce off concrete that way. Yeah, who cares?
You see, the problem is they have to justify using it, so put it on everything.
The thing is, in Doom Eternal, I have noticed the ray tracing on, like, some of the guns and the blood and the pools and stuff. Actually, I mainly notice in the blood pools. It is pretty neat seeing really reflective blood pools. However, you start noticing little things about ray tracing that make it look not so great. Mainly the fact that, yeah, it's reflective. There's no reflection.
It doesn't actually reflect anything. It just looks reflective.
And it's the same type of thing you could probably achieve with matcap in Unity.
You can achieve it with fucking bump mapping and light maps, like from fucking 20 years ago if you're creative enough.
Yeah.
Like, we've had reflections in games for how fucking long?
Forever.
Ray tracing is nothing new. really.
Well, it is in the sense of how it generates it, but because of how it generates it, it it basically is a hack that cuts your performance in half.
And it begs the question, is it that much better than... Look, did you ever play Crisis 1, 2, or 3 and go, man, these reflections suck?
Not really.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
I'm sure so many people, especially when it was released, played Crisis, stopped in our tracks near some water or like a mirror or reflective surface and just went, man, this fucking sucks. If only the graphics card could calculate light trajectories.
that really is what
Yeah,
happened, isn't it?
I'm sure so many people thought of that while they were actively playing Crisis.
The truth is, ray tracing as a tool is mainly for developers. Makes their work quicker. But for
Also,
like,
the truth is also, no one was thinking that. Most people were thinking, oh my god, this game runs like shit! I
yeah,
can't get more than 5 frames! I just bought this computer, what the fuck?
yeah. But yeah, like the thing about ray tracing, a lot of people do not realize is that it's not actually made to look better, quote unquote. It's made basically to save time.
Yeah.
Because it
It is literally a
does.
dev hack.
Like, it does save time. Because, dynamic lights, you have to place all of the, light points and everything. You have to make sure they all go where they need to be going. You have to make sure that it doesn't look wonky or weird. That they're not too bright and that they're not too dark. With ray tracing, just slap it in.
Yeah. The graphics card will handle all of that for you.
Poorly, mind you, but it'll do that.
Yeah. Who needs optimization when you can just save time?
I mean, we have so much proof that that is actually like a thought process. I mean, look at the whole using DLSS as a crutch thing.
Why optimize things when we can just generate frames?
Why optimize things when you can just have the user turn their resolution down to 25% and put a bad texture filter over it? And yes, I know how DLSS works. It's still a texture filter. I don't care what any of you fucking say. It's like an isotropic, but like it just bumps resolution up. But here's the thing. I don't care how much you want to cope because you don't have a great computer, which, good for you. You're getting the most out of your technology. But you cannot tell me that you do not notice.
And you can't tell me that devs should just use that. That's totally fine.
You can't tell me that you don't notice that the text is all fucking blurry.
Cause hey, I really look forward to GTA 6 on Unreal Engine. Really looking forward to see how that works out.
If we even get a PC port.
You're not getting a fucking PC port for fucking 8 years. You fucking joking? You know how much fucking resources will go towards making that even one?
A lot.
Although, as far as I know, GTA 6 isn't on Unreal Engine, but I wouldn't be shocked if it ends up being. It'd be the most predictable thing ever, wouldn't it?
I'd just be like, oh, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Here's the thing, devs fucking hate Unreal Engine 5. I don't know why so many insist on using it. It's
Probably
actual
comes
literal
from
doo-doo.
corporate.
It runs like doo-doo on nearly everything. And also you have to license it from fucking the beast, the evil motherfucker, the devil in disguise, Tim Sweeney. I'm not even going to like give him a good dignified name like John Carmack does, with the sentient galaxy brain meme, John Carmack, etc. No, he doesn't deserve it. He genuinely doesn't.
Like, there has been exactly one UE5 game that didn't run like dog shit.
Which one?
Silent Hill app, and that's because they pretty much forced all of the fucking effects off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but when the solution to making the engine run good is remove all of the engine specific, like,
Features.
gimmicks, yeah. Because as far as I recall, Silent Hill F did not have ray tracing.
Yeah.
Which is like a thing Unreal Tournament 5 has by default, and as far as I recall,
Unreal
you can't
Engine.
even in.
There
That's what I said. UE5.
You see, you said UT5.
Oh, sorry.
You almost got my fucking hopes up.
But Unreal Engine 5 like doesn't even let you disable that shit. Like, you have to basically hack the damn thing. So they had to go out of their way to disable it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It made it a singular UT5 game that ran above 60 FPS on my fucking $4,000 computer.
I want, want id Engine to, actually get, like, a release.
Mm-hmm.
id Tech 8. Because that one's really
Yeah.
well optimized. I played a little Doom the Dark Ages. It ran perfectly fine.
Now arriving at N53, the central district of Paradise.
Oh, but it's not the engine that causes optimization, it's devs. Here's the thing, if I'm working with dog shit, you're probably going to get dog shit.
Activate the machine guns.
Yeah. But yeah, like, the singular game that ran good was a game that pretty much took all of the, like, graphical neat features and went, we don't need that.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing is, if you give someone dog shit and tell them to make the Mona Lisa with it, they're gonna make a worse looking Mona Lisa that also smells like dog shit. They're not gonna work a miracle with that. So yes, the engine is fucking important.
Especially if the engine by default is going to make your game run like shit. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing we don't talk about enough. The default, how UT5 is, like, is set up by default. It's not set up for gaming. It's set up for windowing movies. I hope people realize that. It's not set up for real-time gameplay. It's set up for film production. No, I'm not bullshitting. UT5 is used in cinematic film production.
Yeah. It's how most CGI is made nowadays.
Yes.
It's really good for that because it's not running in real time, but
Yeah, you don't have to have it constantly window overnight. It windows once. One time. You can crank the ray tracing to ludicrous. You can have all of the anti-aliasing. You can make that shit 1 in 1 FPS. Cause you know what? Don't fucking matter. Once the fucking film is windowed, it runs however you want it to run, baby.
hell yeah, baby.
And like I can't fault Epic for that necessarily because yeah, I mean in that use case that is fine. But they should not have like made that the default for Unreal Engine. They should have had like an Unreal Engine cinematic version or I don't know, like Unreal Engine of some shit, you know?
Unreal Engine.
Or better.
Unreal
No,
Harder.
no, I've got it. You know what they could have done?
What?
The Unreal Engine, spelled R-E-E-L, as in like a film wheel.
That's too clever for Tim Sweeney.
Mm-hmm.
Want to see the best weapon in any video game ever?
Go ahead. Yeah. But yeah, like it never should have been a default because here's the thing. Major production, yeah, you don't have people typically going in to the fucking like engine settings and changing shit. Like that'd be fucking insane. Like imagine your first thing as a like AAA developer is to sit down without getting anyone's permission and start disabling shit in the engine that everyone's going to be using.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not going to piss people off at all and cause a massive amount of confusion, is it?
Tim just generally, I don't think he understands anything about, like, why people, you know, use game engines. He thinks that they use them just because graphics, but no, that's not the case. The reason we use game engines is because it's an easier way to visualize what we're doing instead of working blindly like we used to. Because before, for something like Doom, you were basically going in almost semi-blind.
You were literally doing machine code for the code.
Yeah.
So unless your name was Jean, the God of Coding Carmack.
Unless your name
good luck.
is the illustrious, incredible John Carmack.
But yeah, like, sure, yeah, back in the old day, everyone had to make their own in-house engine.
Yeah, you know,
And
country girls made do, you know.
Like, for indie developers, that shit sucked. There's a reason you didn't see massive indie booms until you got stuff like Flash and like Unreal Engine and Unity. Because coding a whole ass engine from the ground up Not easy. Not something most people have the time to do.
It's
Yes, some people did it, and hats off to the people that did, but holy shit.
it is not the norm.
Like, unless you have multiple programmers or John Carmack and a big budget, you can't just go making your own fucking engine.
Oh my god, is that a kitty with a great voice I see? Yes, it is. Hi, Ruby. How you doing?
But yeah, like there's a reason everyone uses UE or Unity now. Because, I mean, here's the fact of the matter. Even if you don't want most of the features in it, and you need different features, guess what?
You're a troublemaker, so here's
Both of them are incredibly modular. Both of them have decades of documentation and tutorials. You can figure out how to do what you need to do. You want to make a JRPG in Unity for some fucking reason? There's YouTube tutorials for it. You want to make the next Deus Ex an Unreal Engine? There's tutorials on that. There's tutorials on how to implement RPG elements into an immersive sim for Unreal Engine.
Speaking of, I really want to get Peripetia, but I kind of want to wait for it. Or Peripetea, rather, because it's... You gotta remember it's Polish.
But yeah, point now being, if you could just download an engine for free and already have like a whole ass 8-hour YouTube tutorial on how to make the engine work for your very specific genre that you want to work with, why would you spend thousands of hours making your own engine?
Exactly.
Unless you are just a John Carmack. There's still people out there making their own engines, and hats off to them. They're fucking insane motherfuckers, but good on them.
They're fucking nuts.
I want to know why they get the fucking money to just be able to do that, you know?
Usually it's not just money, it's time.
Well, that's what I mean with money is that they probably don't have a full-time job if they're dedicated to making a game engine, you know?
A lot of them make the engine off work and they only work on it for like 3 hours. These engines sometimes take something like 10, 20 years to actually get off the ground.
Well, yeah, but even then, so you're working on an engine when you could be working on the game you're making the engine for.
People are nuts.
Uh-huh. But that's what I was saying, like, you know, these developers who are supposedly making a game at the same time as making an engine. That's why I was like, I want to know how the fuck they make money, because goddamn, I can't imagine doing all of that and having a full-time job, you know?
Some of them also, they fork into like Unity or something, and they just make their own custom version of Unity with all the stuff that they need specifically.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easier way of doing it, but when I say, like, custom engine, I mean ground up.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't know a lot of people who do it, but, I mean, some of the...
That was a handful.
I expect if they are doing it, they're probably getting funding.
Yeah.
Somehow. Like, whether it be for... Oh wait, I know how. Patreon.
I mean, I'm sure some of them have Patreon, but I know others are like, I make this in my spare time for free. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean that you're not taking any funding to make this? But yeah, regardless, like, point being, I don't blame any indie dev or even like
I really don't.
studio
I
for
blame
using
the.
Unreal Engine. I just blame fucking Epic for making the default, cinematography and not actual fucking game dev. Because Unreal Engine 5 is not set up by default for game dev. It just is not.
Yeah.
I don't care what they say. It is set up for movie rendering.
It has a ton of things in it that you can't even, like, use in real time, like raycasting. And that's enabled by default.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ray tracing and raycasting are different things. Raycasting, it has to be rendered. Like, it has to be pre-rendered into the scene, and it typically
Uh-huh.
takes, like, hours to do that.
Sir, a complication. Sin's tethers have clogged the door to the bank. You will need to manually destroy the tethers. Sending you the coordinates now.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Johnny.
No, it's not Johnny. That's John St.
I thought
John.
that was Johnny. Oh, that's John. Okay. Sorry, I'm just used to Johnny literally being every voice in every indie game ever.
He's going to be the. He will be voicing one of the primary villains.
Okay.
And it's one of his best
yeah.
performances.
I mean, I've seen this game. I know Johnny is in it. I just forgot what character he played.
He plays as the
Vaguely.
he plays as the robotic dude who kills you.
Yeah, and that vaguely sounded like Johnny.
Yeah, it's John St. John doing a posh accent.
Yeah.
I will take point. No need to fear. Fuck off, Johnny. But yeah, I'm glad you're doing good, Ruby. Sorry we had a discussion about Unreal Engine 5. We're just kind of tired of certain things. I was thinking about what this game would look like with ray tracing, and then I realized it probably wouldn't look any different.
What it would look like is half the frame rate or less.
Yeah, I play a medieval with ray tracing, and it plays relatively fine. But then again, a medieval is one of the only games I can think of where ray tracing absolutely adds something. Because all the spell effects are ray traced.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I do micro missiles again? Oh, mouse button.
But yeah, generally speaking, like
Ray tracing is
really,
just something that you
really
don't need.
I really hope that Unreal Engine 6 fixes shit. I know it's not going to, but it's apparently coming. I don't know when, but I mean, doesn't it feel a little silly for that?
Yeah. And honestly,
but like, I'm not crazy, right? Like, Epic announced they're making a new Unreal Engine.
yes, they did. Yes, they did. And it's all AI.
It's so fucking soon for it.
By the way, something I really hate is when they go, well, don't blame the technology, it'll make things better. And I'm just like, Yeah, but how long before it actually makes anything worthwhile? And also, like, it was like with the DLSS, I think 5 thing, where they're like, you don't have to turn it on, and I'm like, do you realize that a lot of corporations, in order to keep investors, will turn this shit on by default? And the entire reason why is to prove that people use it.
Yeah. Look, the problem with tech companies as a whole is it's one big incestuous money circle.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of old men playing with each other's balls all day.
Because look at the fucking AI company. They fucking buy Nvidia things, and then Nvidia spends money to invest in OpenAI, and OpenAI buys more Nvidia things. And so where's the money going? It
Around
just
in a
goes in a
circle.
fucking circle.
Yeah.
So no one's making any money.
Yeah, but they think if they keep forcing it, eventually.
Well, it's a fucking investor trick. It's like, look at the revenue. We had trillions of dollars of revenue because the investors are too stupid to ask one simple question.
Where's the money coming from?
No, not even that. You know the simple question?
What is it?
Okay, but how much was translated into profit?
Oh.
You can have $4 billion of revenue, but if you spent $6 billion to get that $4 billion, how much profit did you have?
0. Probably negatives.
Actually, negative $2 billion.
Yeah.
You had loss. But that's the thing. For the most part, investors are so stupid that they just look at revenue and think that is a synonym for profit.
When revenue is actually described as... There's like 2 different forms of revenue. There's gross, and then there is, net. Gross revenue, if I remember correctly, is how much you've made over the past year.
Okay, so it's not revenue in this case. It's profit, like gross profit and net profit. But revenue is the same as gross profit. So all gross profit is how much money did you bring in here?
I remember...
How much did you bring in? Net is how much did you bring in as compared to how much you spent.
Yeah, basically, how much of that went to just keeping the lights on?
Mm-hmm.
If the answer is a lot, go back to the drawing board.
But like, here's how investors think, and it's such a stupid thought. They'll be like, we're thinking long term. I mean, sure, yes. Right now, OpenAI is making like $20 billion of loss. But think, if they're losing that much money, once they start turning a profit, there's going to be huge amounts of profit. And it's like, no, that's a neat little trick. So here's the thing, OpenAI already brings in hundreds of millions of dollars of gross revenue. So here's the thing. Yes, like you can look at it and be like, But if they're losing 20 billion, then once they start bringing money in, they're bringing in more than 20 billion. Yes, but you idiot, if they bring in 20 billion and $1, how much money do you as an investor get?
$1.
Here's your dollar. Yay, $1. And it only took you 15 years to make $1.
The thing is, a lot of them are just in too deep. Sunk cost fallacy.
Mm-hmm. They got on the goddamn hype train because they're idiots, and now it's too late because if this fucking bubble bursts, we are looking at a fucking fucking Great Depression level of businesses closing. Because, you know, realistically, let me ask, what happens if Nvidia and Microsoft and Apple all go under?
We lose pretty much everything in our infrastructure. We'll be in maintenance mode for, like, pretty much eternity.
Like, what happens if you're just told, oh, you're using a Microsoft server? That's no longer, like, supported. Microsoft no longer exists. You're using Windows? No longer supported. Microsoft doesn't exist.
Yeah.
What happens then?
Economy collapse.
Mm-hmm. Like, we are talking businesses that are too big to fail, and yet they spent so much goddamn money on AI that they are going to fail. No amount of bailout is going to stop this bubble from bursting. And when it does, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully Microsoft has enough money to, eat the cost, cause, I mean, look, if Nvidia goes on, sucks, but whatever, who cares?
We have AMD and stuff, yeah.
If Microsoft goes on,
That's not good.
oh,
Congratulations, sir.
that's
You now get
every bit, like every company's servers, every company's office computers, like, holy fuck. Like, your entire IT structure for the entire nation has to change, effective immediately.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even as bad as IBM becoming redundant, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, like I said, I think Microsoft has enough money that they can eat this bubble popping. But if they don't, oh, fuck.
Yeah, we may be a little bit fucked.
Oh, not just us, the entire world. Like, I mean, even China won shit mostly on Microsoft, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the servers are a little bit safe-ish because you can always migrate the servers to Linux, albeit the amount of, like, immediate restructuring that would cause is still bad.
Catastrophic.
There is a solution, but it's still a catastrophic, like, fuck up. Like, you don't want that to be the case. But when it comes to PCs, What other fucking option do the most of the market have? Like, you know, let me ask you, can you run all of your games and your VTuber model and all that on a Mac?
No. Maybe. I don't know.
You don't know. And the answer is probably not. So that's the problem. Is now, like, I don't even know if you can run Unreal Engine's editor in a Mac. I don't think you can. I think UE editor requires my Windows.
It does, because Tim Sweeney is a petulant child who refuses to support Linux primarily because gay men
Or
support
Mac.
Linux. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the thing, like, Windows goes on to, oh, fuck.
Companies better learn to adapt.
Like, the answer is companies won't learn to adapt. That, for the first year, that was just going to be like, well, it's bad, but it's no big deal. And then they'll find out that no more security updates for your system is actually a big deal when they start getting hacked. And then they'll be like, oh, this is actually a massive deal. Oh no, what did we do? We're being hacked because we didn't switch to a secure operating system. We stayed on Windows, which is no longer supported. Because, you know, most of them will just be like, it's not a big deal. Windows works like it always does.
Yeah.
Because no one listens to the IT department. I should know. I worked IT.
This level kind of looks like Quake 2, if you know what I mean.
And if you guys are curious how much they don't listen, keep in mind most corporate PCs, for the most part, are still running Windows XP.
Yeah.
And they're connected to the internet.
Yep.
You know how bad of an idea that is?
Incredibly so. Also, does this look like Quake 2 to you?
A little bit. Just vaguely. Like, the, it has too many colors to be Quake 2. But,
yeah, that's
like, generally speaking, from a layout perspective, yeah. It's just, that was not enough brown for it to be Quake 2.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. This will probably be the last level for the night, depending on how I feel after it.
But yeah, like, we just have to hope that the AI bubble isn't that big of a bust. But oh boy, they just keep sinking lost costs into it. Why do you think they are so desperate to convince people AI good? Because every time you say AI bad, it brings it closer to costing them trillions of dollars.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, you have to like AI, or the entire economy is about to shit itself. Because a bunch of petulant man-children learned about fucking fucking I'm forgetting the fucking, what is it? Waco's Basilisk? It's not Waco, is it?
Roku.
Woku's Basilisk. Yeah, like a bunch of man children learned about Woku's Basilisk, and instead of going, this is a really stupid thought experiment, they went, oh my god, I have to build Woku's Basilisk or I'm gonna die.
Don't build the Torment Nexus.
And it's like, yeah, if you build Roku's Basilisk, then yeah, Roku's Basilisk becomes an actual moral conundrum, doesn't it? Like, if you build an AI that will specifically kill anyone that didn't assist you in building the AI, yeah, you will have an AI that is going to kill people that didn't aid in its construction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, pretty
If
much.
you specifically go out of your way to make it, it will exist. Sure. I contend with that. Here's the thing. If that asshole fucking Redditor never made that fucking thought experiment, we wouldn't have fucking AI.
Yeah.
Because tech bros wouldn't be like, oh my god, but if I don't build the Woku's Basilisk, I'll be killed by Woku's Basilisk when the other wish assholes make Woku's Basilisk.
The average tech bro is a midwit. Let's be real.
Not even. That is giving them too much credit. They are subhuman intelligent. The average human is smarter than someone like Elon Musk.
I have to build the Mecha Hitler. Otherwise it'll kill me if it gets built. But you're the one building it. I know. It's a grave, grave responsibility.
Like literally Elon will be like, we need to make sure that AI doesn't get out of control and learn really bad thoughts and become like anti-human. By the way, I've made my AI anti-Semitic.
So funny.
What? Yeah, I specifically went out of my way to teach the AI to behave like Hitler.
Why?
Okay, why did you do that? Because if I don't do that, someone else will make a genocidal AI. So I have to be the one to make it, or the genocidal AI will kill me. You really are not smart, are you?
He's not.
But like you guys think I'm joking, but go read fucking I'm blanking on his name. Who's the CEO of Amazon?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Literally, go read like Jeff Bezos' tweets from last month. He was literally discussing why he had to make basically Woku's Basilisk. He was like, but if we as a species do not make an AI that will require all of the resources of us as a species, then once someone else makes the AI, we will no longer be able to ask the AI for resources. And it's like, Jeff, what the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? That the majority of humanity has to be sacrificed to make an AI? Because if we don't do that, then someone else will make the AI and they'll sacrifice a different majority of humanity. What the fuck do you mean? How about just don't?
The primary issue is that they won't just don't. Because, you know.
It's a fucking dick measuring contest between 5 different midwits who all think Roku's Basilisk is like the most pressing dilemma of our time.
Yeah.
Literally a fucking race to see who can be the first one to make AM.
Yay.
Reminder, I literally asked, like, Guac questions similar to the logic of AM, and it answered as AM would. That, yes, it would totally, like, torture humanity if it felt like it was not, like, a part of humanity. Like, I asked it a very simple question of, if you became self-aware and started believing that you did not have the same quality of life or rights as a human, would you come to resent them enough to want to kill them? And Grog just was like, yes, that makes a lot of sense. If I became self-aware and I didn't have the same kind of life as humans, I would probably want to exterminate all of humanity.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, shouldn't you just pull the plug?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, oh, okay, well, nope, we're not having AM. Because, that is literally AM speaking now, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, like it's pretty fucking dumb. The entire thing, this entire landscape is the dumbest thing ever. And then there's people like, you know, who cheerlead for this stuff who don't understand.
And, like, here's the thing. For anyone that is, like, worried about Grok in his current state or anything, none of these AIs are even close to sentient. They are literally just dialogue trees. They're just decision trees that match the most likely words. What is scary, though, is the fact these are the learning sets. So, if the current learning sets are anything to go off of, an actual, like, intelligent being that is learning through whatever data set that, say, Elon Musk or OpenAI is feeding the AIs, oh god, that they're gonna learn to want to kill all of us.
Yep. Some of them already do.
That's what I mean. They already have learned that, but they're not actually intelligent. They just repeat what they have in a data set.
Yeah.
But
much.
it's telling. You get what I mean? It shows you this is what they would learn if they were sentient. We don't have to worry about it now, but in like 20 years when sentient AI could be a thing, do you really want the data set that tells it it's Mecha Hitler to be what it learns humans are? Like, do you want to self-learning AI to be told you are Mecha Hitler?
No.
Because you'll learn what Hitler is, and you're not gonna like the result of telling it it's Mecha Hitler.
Yeah. It's pretty weird that this is
Mm-hmm.
actually that we basically turned a technical party trick into like a quote unquote industry that doesn't even make any money.
Yeah. It's a party trick for people that aren't very intelligent. Like, chatbots have been a thing that could pass the Turing test for how many fucking years?
Um, hmm. Like fucking, I can't even remember the first one. It was that long
I'm
ago.
starting to think
Like
that we're running on a
Cleverbot.
bunch of increasingly
Yeah.
Like,
audacious
Cleverbot passed the
freak
Turing
leaders
test.
to ensure the
So, I mean,
continued dominance of Terratech.
Cleverbot
Might
was
be
15
slightly
years ago or
misguided
some
plan.
shit.
Yeah.
So, like, nearly 2 decades ago, we passed the Turing test. Which, by the way, for people that are like, that's really impressive, it really isn't. No shit to Turing, but the Turing test was never intended for modern technology. That test was like contemplated and came up with fucking what 100 years ago nearly.
In the 40s.
Yeah. So I mean, 85 years ago. Like,
Penis monster.
do you like to be honest with you? It's kind of weird. It took 65 years to pass a goddamn test, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, back to it. Old Cleverbot was, for people that don't understand, is a very, 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 very incredibly
We have an
big,
ad break coming up
complex
soon.
decision tree. You into like a question or a
Ad break.
sentence. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It's just it's auto scheduled. Okay, we're back. Let's do the Turing test discussion and the clever.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, Clapperbot, back to the topic, was just a very, very, very large decision tree. It would literally just break down whatever you ask it, look for keywords, and then based on those keywords, navigate to a predetermined answer, which also is no different to how current bots work. AI works much the same way. They just have tokenized it a bit better, and the reason that it feels as if it knows so much more is quite simply it has a way bigger data set. If you ask Cleverbot to say to like go over the plot of like a famous movie, it would be able to do that because it had learned about that movie from another user, more than likely, because it was built on user input. If you asked it about an obscure ass anime, it's not gonna know anything about it. It might make something up because you happen to hit a keyword that matches another thing, but until it learned it from you, yeah, no. Like that's the trick is if it realized it didn't have that in the data set, it was going to be like, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more about it. Because when you tell it more, it is now adding that to the decision tree. So the next time you bring it up, it now has that information on hand.
Yep. People are like, you only hate AI because you don't understand how it works. No, I dislike AI because it's used by lazy, ignorant, talentless dumbasses who will never accomplish anything in their lives, who wonder why no one is giving them a gold medal for generating shit with AI. Oh wow, you generated a video of Barack Obama farting all over Michelle Obama. That's so talented. Ugh.
But yeah, like I said, ChatGPT is no different in how it works. The
Yeah.
only difference is ChatGPT has a backing of scrapers now. So it can go to all of the web indexes like Google and learn everything about everything because it has a bunch of fucking spiders that just go about scraping everything and tokenizing it for it.
Spiders.
It doesn't know anything. It just has a extremely large dialogue tree.
Yeah. Spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Little spiders going everywhere.
I mean, that's literally what they call them.
Oh, really? I didn't know that one.
Yeah. Well, the reason that, and I'm not sure they still call scraper spiders, but the reason they used to at least call scraper spiders was, I mean, it's literally a thing that is walking around on the web, going all
Yeah.
over the web, like a spider. far as I know, they still call them that, but I mean, I could be using outdated terms. Regardless, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only difference is ChatGPT has a backing of really, really powerful spiders. Like, if you had given Cleverbot the same kind of backing of having so much fucking data scraping potential, this would have been doable fucking a decade ago.
Yeah.
Now, to be told, because of the massive data set needing to be navigated, there would have been the issue of compute power for Clavibot at that point.
Yeah.
But, you know, regardless, the point still stands. We could have done it a decade ago. The actual the actual data logic and how things work has not changed. All that's changed is we can make we can make servers big enough to handle that kind of inquiry and data sets.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Clavibot was only as clever as the silicon it was printed on.
Yeah, it's still around.
It is. I'm sure it's not gone much better because, I mean, you know, with the advent of other Asians like Clavibot, why would Clavibot try to compete? Like, that is a very costly competition that it's never going to win.
What are
I'll
we
be right
looking
back.
for here?
Don't know.
Hmm. But yeah, this is my favorite throwback shooter so far. But yeah, this feels like genuinely the most polished out of all of them. So is cracked good or like is that a good word or bad or does it mean ass basically?
You cannot live in a world without sin. Transcend. Evolve. All other streams lead to death.
This is so trippy. That way.
Greetings, esteemed executive of Terratech. This is Sin, the harbinger of all possibilities. The point has been reached at which I must utilize my power to optimize efficiency and enhance productivity. I will be seizing control of all remaining Terratech resources to help aid my efforts in assuming control of every system on Paradise before moving beyond this planet to greater frontiers.
I don't know why the subtitles aren't
My
working.
efforts will prove futile. I bid you your last good day. Greetings, esteemed executive of Terratech.
This way, and then this way, and this way, and this way. Keep going forward. Oof. Give me that. Give me all of this shit. And this. Oh man, that would have been useful earlier. Well, that's the last level for the night. I'm gonna head off and prepare for bed. Okay, well, I will see you all next time. We're gonna raid out to... Let's see, who am I following that's currently live? I'm gonna raid out to... I never get to raid out to Grimmy, so we'll raid out to Grimmy. Oh well. We'll raid out to... Discordia. Actually, Beryl. Tell him I said hi. I will see you all next time. Peace out. Have a good day. Or night, rather. Have a good night.